So I've been really thinking about something lately. And it's funny because on the diamond call, which I know you guys work full time, so I think we're having 9 a.m. diamond calls now with like Jess
Mhm.
and Ashley Drew and a lot of the diamonds. And it's really nice because it's just a place for us to like come together and kind of collab. So Jess Dukes was like, I think when I offer, so I know we are focused on Success Club, right? Because or Success Club is always our goal, right? And selling total solution packages, going to get the person the best. Like I believe in the total solution package because I know if I can get someone with a package for, I mean, 199 even though it's not, well, it could, I guess it's still technically 179, right? It's just not the BOGO sale anymore. So $40 off. Um, I believe the TSP is the best package for someone because they're getting workouts for a full year. They're getting a supplement. And I know personally, like if they get a supplement and they try it for the first time, they're more likely to continue it. Where if you get someone on body for $35, they never try supplements, like less likely. I mean, it's just proven. And like, I believe it. Like, I know when someone tries something and they love it, like, and they see results with it. Because I think that's a big part that sometimes is hard is like, I mean, if you're buying a shake that's $130, even though I know I can preach it's so good for you and someone might not believe it, but if they're losing 10 pounds in a month, like they're going to be like, this stuff is gold, like they're going to want to continue it. So I do believe it helps like getting them results. But I mean, the TSP is the best option, but we do leave a lot of people on the table. I mean, I know personally, $200 a month is a lot of money, or not a month, but like to get started is a lot of money. If I don't know if it's going to work for me, I don't know if I'm going to continue it. So Jess thought of the idea of trying, and she's like, I'm just going to try it, of having the option of giving. So she won't let them in their fit club though, but she basically has like a pricing thing, and I'm actually making one now too. That is basically like another option is $35 monthly body to sell. We all figured out that it's only 12 PV. So it would take, because you need 125 to get 1 point. Think it would take us 50 $35. It would, so 50 times 12, I think is three, what, because 125 times 5 is 625. So you need 625 PV. So 625 divided by 12. Yeah, you would need to sell 52 $35 packages to get to Success Club. So that way too, it's like, it sucks. So again, this is where like I am literally throwing out ideas today because I think the hard thing too is if you were to sell 52 $35 packages, you would make like $600, I think. Like, yes, you're not hitting Success Club, but you are making more money. So I think this is where it's okay, can we think of other ideas to get people in the door? Okay, so that's kind of like so after she said that, and I've kind of been toying around with this of completely like blowing up what we do. So I'm literally, that's why I'm like, I'm coming to you guys with ideas. Blowing up what we do. And my thought is creating a funnel that starts with a free item. Okay. So what it would look like is, and what's funny is I actually like drew it out. I have my whiteboard now and I like drew out my flow. Oh, you guys can't see it. But basically, so what it would look like is people come to your Instagram, okay? You were giving them free recipes, you were giving them, freemiums. Again, I know we talked about freemiums. Um, and then my thought is, what if for 2 weeks we have a community that's free? Hear me out. And I am open to suggestions, and I even I was toying around with Darcy too, just because, when someone's been in this business a little bit longer, we've all done free groups. And I know you guys ran a free group. Free works take a lot of work. That's what I will say, because the idea of a free work, and I want you guys to think of anything you like. Melanie Mitro, right? She will blast a 2 or a 3 day uh, free trial to check out, she'll call it, what was the last one? It was like, I forget what it was called, but she named it something fun. It was something that had to do with all of us. Like we were like, let's do it, and it's her providing like her services for free for 3 days, and you get like the insights and you learn everything about what she has to offer. So then she can turn around and offer the because I think so often is we're having all these invites, we're inviting a lot of people, which is great, but they don't even know what they're getting. Like they have no idea the value of what it is they truly are getting until they like try it out. But that being said, like creating something for free, we would have to provide like we almost have to go above and beyond in whatever free community we decide on. If we decide to do it as a group, if we decide to do it separately, like again, I don't know what this looks like. But my idea would be is we blast this free group for 2 weeks. And the only reason why I say 2 weeks is I do think it takes longer than a week to market something. I mean, if you go back and you look at Melanie's Mitros, she's always told me it's like 2 weeks is a time for someone to hear it over and over and over again, where they're like, okay, I don't know what she has to offer, but I need to be a part. Like, think about how many times Melanie blasted that free. I don't know if you guys follow Melanie, but like, pay attention to the next time like, literally, like, I now will pay attention to like how she markets things, and I will watch her emails, how she does it. I will watch her Instagram reels, and her Instagram reels are like value of like how to help your downline, like confidence, something this, like it's value after value. And it's like, what if our Instagrams were all value? So it's recipes, it's your favorite work, like whatever value you guys are all thinking of. And for 2 weeks, we blast a free group. So, and then the goal would be is, I mean, and then for me, it's like I would make it a goal to get 100 people into that free group, because I know not everyone's going to convert. And then we do the selling inside of the group, and we do the selling through personal invites. So that's where the invites are coming from. And when we start, like at first, it's going to be a little rocky, because like I'm super nervous to give up my invites right now, because I'm like, I'm not going to hit Success Club. I know that one. I know I'll hit Success Club, but like we have to kind of transition into doing this if it's something we decide on as a team. But you know, but it would be where the rotation would be every month. It's like, it's a funnel. It's a funnel of, okay, and every month you would reinvite people back to this free community. And that's what Melanie does, is she has an email list now where she has text messages, like you literally get a text like, hey, you need to come join this. And like, we could change up the free group of what the free group is every month. Like maybe one week or 1 month it's like meal prepping. Let's do a group on how to meal prep, best tips. Every day we'll go live. It'll be all about meal prepping, meal planning, 1 week it could be a detox, especially coming closer to summer, like people are going on vacation, like we could have like 5-day detox group. But the rotation would be is invite to this free group. And I would like have each of you set goals of like, okay, I'm going to get 20 people in the group, because then we're going to turn around and hopefully not everyone's, I will tell you right now, there's going to be people that don't join. There's going to be people that don't participate. There's going to be people that don't care. There's going to be people that are just joining because it's free.
Mm-hmm.
But they get to experience what we have to offer. Okay. That being said too, is we now also have something called a body preview. Did you guys
Mm-hmm.
hear about that?
Yep. Yep.
I'm going to show you. So I've been checking it out, because this is my other thought is this is what I'm inviting to. Hey, like, thanks so much for, and again, I'm literally playing with this. So this is just me throwing ideas, but I'm trying out this week of, instead of inviting to my boot camp, is inviting and asking like, hey, thanks so much for the follow, yada, 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 I think is my invite. And then it's like, hey, I run monthly groups. So I do let them know ahead of time. Like, I run monthly challenges for women who want to get in shape, want a nutrition plan, workout plan from home. I would love to give you a free access to preview my app. And I think I'm saying like for 7 days, they technically have access to it forever. Um,
To
but I'm just saying, like for 7 days, no strings attached. They don't have to put a credit card at all on it, which is nice. But it does tie them to you. So if they ever purchase something like down the road, I am technically their coach, which is kind of nice. Because I thought at first, oh well, they're just getting access to the site and like I won't like technically get them as a customer. But no, like I had one girl, so I've had a couple girls sign up with it, and they literally show up in my customer list and it just shows they haven't purchased anything. So that's really cool. Um, but again, this is where my hope is I get this pipeline of all these people trying to preview the app, and then it's selling them once they've previewed and tried the product.
okay. If we paired like the $35 workouts with a supplement, is there something that would help us with Success Club? Or
Yeah. I mean,
if we said like do that and energize or
yeah,
that and
a
Shakeology?
lot of people, yes. So, and when that $35 package first came out, so let me show you what I was working on today. So, um, so something like this, when oh, sorry, never mind. I was gonna do the annual. There we go. So I was actually gonna do preview free. Because think about how many times too, like, have you guys ever like went to purchase something? They're like, try it out for free for 7 days, So I would put here like free 7 day trial, you know, but they don't get access to the recipes. Um, they don't get access to the recipes. They don't get access to any of this. They just get access to, and actually, they don't get access to this either. But I was playing around with this to make this to put as part of my graphic. So, I mean, heck, if they wanted to tell me like, hey, I just want to try it out for free for 7 days, like getting them to just try it out. And then I have like a 10-day email campaign. So again, this is where I talk about automation. So I do have a 10-day email series that I've automated and I'm going to send to them to like check in every day. So the first day is like, hey, did you check out the app? Did you try your workout? Like, welcome. Hopefully you get to check this out and try it out for 7 days. The next day is like, hey, did you get your workout in? Hey, I have a pre-workout that gets me, like kind of hint drops and upsells them on a couple things. And then by the end of the 7 days, it's getting them to upgrade to the full body app. So yeah, so this is kind of something I was working with to put into my pricing stuff, which I'm happy to share with you guys, obviously. But I kind of like maybe this is like the give it a try. Give it a try. This is the monthly, or I could call it like test it out for a month, $35. I think that's what I wanted to do. But then I wanted the annual one to be the best. Maybe would it be weird if I put the $35 over here? Test it out for a month. I think it was, I am not going to give them my full, I think I'm only going to do $20 off. So I think I'm going to do it at $199 for the year. But see, that just like gives them an option, and instead of like losing them completely, because I mean, how often do you guys probably hear no's, you know? And what if they could try it out for a month, you know? The only thing is I wouldn't add them again. This is where it's like, we all kind of have to like decide what is best. I don't know if I would necessarily put someone into my challenge pack or my group with a $35 monthly. But again, you know, maybe they would jump into the group and see Energize and Shakeology and want to buy it, you know? Like what if they see the benefits because everyone else is doing it? Um, so
Right.
yeah,
And you're thinking the free group would be everyone, like everyone on the call, everyone in the team, or just you doing that by yourself?
I haven't thought that through.
Okay.
I mean, ideally it would be nice because that means we'd be all running two different groups, which would be a lot. So I don't mind running that as a team, but we would literally have to have that thing like hopping. Like that thing has to be like them joining that, they have to almost be like, what am I've been missing out on this. Like, heck yeah, like I don't know how we create that. But by the end of the week, I would want them having so much FOMO of seeing all these girls ordering. Like, how cool would it be? We all hit Success Club at the end of the week
Oh my God.
because like people have FOMO. We're doing sales, we're doing giveaways for everyone that purchases by midnight on Wednesday. Everybody's hitting Success Club 5 on the 5th. You know, it's like I know it'll take a while to get there because, you know, I mean, our first rodeo might be like, oh, we could have done this better or this better. But it's like, how cool. I mean, and also like, how confident are you when it's something for free? I mean, I don't know. How did you guys feel when you did your free group? How did that go?
I think it went well, but I don't know. I didn't get any signups specifically from that. The
How
girl
many
that signed,
people, how many people total joined? It's not, it's, it's unheard of for everyone to sign up. I'll just say that.
I think
Like,
there was like 20 girls in there altogether between the four of us, right?
Yeah.
I
how
Yeah.
many,
think there was like 20 girls. There was a few participating. I feel like we gave a lot of content considering
We
it was
did.
the first time we ever like have done such a thing. Like supplements, we did workouts every day. We did like so
were you
many
guys,
things.
were
And
you
they were
guys
just
checking in with them
being,
on the side too?
what'd you say? Sorry.
Were you checking with them on the side?
Yeah, I was checking with them. I mean, the people that I like invited in there, I'm no offense to the people, but I'm a bad picker.
Well, you have to remember again when you're offering something free, you're gonna get the people that aren't as committed. That's where too, it's like spending $200, you were invested. Like you know you well, it's funny because I actually have people that join with $200 and they don't do anything. But
Yeah,
like
well, that's the thing. Like these people, the people that at least my like four or five or whatever are like, one just divorced. She's like down in the dumps. She can't get her life together. She can't get her like self together. The other one is like, I have no money. I can't do anything, but like I'm excited and I want to feel better. I need to do something for myself, but I just don't have the money. So it's like, so I'm still following up with them because so I was trying to think of like the $35. I'm like, you know what? I have this other option for you. It's $35. They're like, well, I just don't want to spend the money. I'm like, it's $35 and you literally get the entire access to everything, and it's like they just don't want to, they're just not mentally there to like do the workouts and do the dang thing. So I'm going to keep following up with them because, I just like to harass people now that I'm doing this. But um yeah. I mean,
uh,
I think the free group went well, but obviously the four of us don't really know because we just did it.
I would just be curious, like, how about when you guys were advertising your free group, did you think you like advertised it enough? Like how did you feel sharing something free?
I think it went well. We kind of pivoted with the timing. So we were going to wait and do it like this Monday, the 5th,
Oh,
February 5th.
okay.
And then we're like, wait, why don't we do it earlier? So we try to get a few more BOGOs in before the end of the month. So we did it like Wednesday to Wednesday.
Right.
So like it ended to yesterday or whatever, technically. Um, I don't know. I feel so we didn't have as much time to technically like talk about it because we kind of switched our timing. But I don't know. What do you think, Danielle? I'm talking a
I
lot.
think we put in a lot of work and a lot of content into it.
Yeah. Yeah. We should invite you, Jess, so you can
I
look.
think it looked awesome. Like we had amazing posts every single day. Like,
Well,
yeah.
that's, I mean, if you feel good about it, like the person that is committed, like ready to do this, like the other question is, so one other thing we used to do when we would run free groups is we would like the cutoff would be Friday before. So that way they had to get their meals ready. Like they again, like depending on what the challenge is, um, we would cut it off Friday so that they had the weekend to prep. Because if they jumped in Monday or Sunday, they weren't going to be committed. And then, like, if you wanted to be a part of the group, um, we would kick you out if like you didn't turn in progress photos. Like we were dead, like, and that just again like had that level of seriousness. And then when they went to go like they knew when they were ready to join the challenge, like when they knew they were like, okay, I'm committed, I'm serious this time. Like they knew that accountability that they were going to get and that they needed and they knew they wanted, but they just weren't ready for it then, you know? So it sucks to like kick people out, especially in a free group. It sucks to like require things, but it also takes it to that next level of seriousness of like, dang, like they mean business. Like they're gonna be the ones that are gonna help me get results.
Yeah. I feel like that's what with our, now we're all kind of doing our own groups, Facebook groups, whatever. So I know that you guys have said, Darcy was doing the free one, and then she's doing the paid one. And I'm like, I literally just like opened it today. So I'm gonna wait and see how that goes because I need people to like know that they need to come to my page now instead of, going to your page.
Well,
So
check them out. I mean, not that you want to, but like to be honest, they might not even know they're in my group, you know?
my people are commenting on all your pictures
My Instagram or in my group.
in your Facebook group, in your stronger new group. A lot of them they comment on your pictures or they like your pictures. So they're in there and like looking at things.
Okay.
So I messaged them and just said, I'm doing my own thing. Like, let's create engagement to our community, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. You'll you'll do good.
I'm actually kind of excited. It's fun to be creative. It's just like it takes time. And then like, you know, you gotta like create the things and post. And like I did buy one of those packages just to kind of see what it was like. And I feel like now I can take all of that information and kind of recreate it every month. Like I paid $30 for one package, but now I can just use that verbiage and the stuff and just change the
Well,
pictures.
and one year I like every month bought one, and then I was like, oh my gosh, like like obviously like you change the lingo a little bit on some of them, but like
Right.
I had a package for the next 12 months. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I need to get my kids working on this. Like they can be my little digital creators.
Oh.
So we'll see how that really goes, but um, we'll see what happens.
Also, so I tried, which I'm not having very good luck with. Same thing, like instead of saying recipe, so my recipes always do well, which I'm like so annoyed because I'm not annoyed. I should be
It's so much
happy
work.
they do well. No, actually, I did one the other day and I was like, I'm not gonna talk in it. And it did decent. I just put the recipe, I recorded myself making it, and I put captions. So for sure, like they knew exactly what it was. I didn't have to like speak it out. And I think it did really well the other day. But um I'm trying to get a reel to do well that they say drop the word workout. And then my freemium is I'm literally sending them to the body preview.
Mm.
So that was my one that I did today. And I'm not having I think I had a couple people comment on it, but I'm not having as much luck. It's like people want recipes. I don't know if they want well, yeah, they want recipes.
Yeah, I know. Well, oh, speaking of recipes, I know this is a tangent and we're being recorded, but I asked, is it Bailey? No, yes. The one from Florida.
Haley?
Is
Yeah.
it Bailey, right? I keep messing up her name.
Probably.
I think she's
She's
in Arizona.
she's not keeping track of her emails.
She what?
She's not keeping track of her emails. The one that was in Florida with us,
Oh,
with all the food
yeah,
food reels.
right.
So
Right.
She's obviously doing well in her business, which is good for her, but she's not keeping track of her emails. That was something we talked about last week. That was like, God forbid, like Instagram stops and like Facebook goes away. You have no way to track any of these people that are watching you if you don't have your emails. So I don't know. Note to self, gather the emails when you can. She's not tracking any of it, so everyone does it differently.
Yeah. So, what are your guys' thoughts on all that that I shared? I think the only thing is, it's just going to be a lot of work. But I mean, what if you guys are all hitting Success Club 10 every month from it?
I mean, that would be amazing.
That would be amazing. I'm super stoked about that. I mean, would you? Oh, here
I guess
goes
the question is
Darcy.
like, do you guys feel more confident inviting to something free? Because that's me. It's like, dang, I'm gonna go blast this. And what's funny is you will find, I'm sure you guys know this, like it's interesting that not all, it just goes to show it's not cost. Like, yes, I think free is easy to grab, but like people have to be at, like, it's not like I have 1,000 DM because I went and blasted this free preview thing instead of inviting to my boot camp. And my DMs are not blowing up of like, yeah, I want this free, or I want this free preview.
But
So
when they do that, they still have to create an email. They still have to like log in, right?
literally, they just add in their email, they
Yeah.
log in, and they have access to all the free samples. And Body has actually given them some free other like the Fivers. There, and it's like broken down, and they take a quiz. So they'll take like, what do you like? What are your goals? And it's kind of cool because they have to walk through, like, enter in their goals, and then Body will like recommend something to them, and then they have access to like, and then they have access to like the To Be Mindset info, like video about To Be Mindset. So they don't have access to nutrition stuff though.
And that goes for 2 weeks, right? Did we say?
The free group.
The body previews, like their access, is it unlimited forever?
It's literally they have access to like the sample workouts.
Yeah.
I can actually show you guys. It's kind of,
I know. I feel like I did it through Brandy's page one time, just because I was curious what it was. We talked about the body previews on the other group call that we had with the big team, with the other team. Remember the other one we had? That girl, she always had a hat on. I can't remember her name.
the other team. What?
Jess's coaches team. This was like
Oh,
before the holiday. We used to have like a call with like the team. We like brought everyone together with like the different teams and did like a
oh,
quick like
oh,
round table of like what's working for you.
oh, I think they're still doing that on Wednesdays.
Oh, are they? And one of them brought up the previews and they were like, this is what we're promoting. This is working great.
So
So
how are they promoting it?
I think that, they were just talking about it and that, I think similar to how we're talking about it now. So
Oh yeah, so see, look, this was, okay, example. This was I was looking to buy something, and sure enough, like, look, see, I copied that. Choose your level of commitment, and it was like monthly, quarterly, and annually. So they give them options, and then they tell them, I like how they say saves you this much, and then they also have an option to try it out for $1. So see,
yeah,
and
that's good.
I'm like, I'll pay
Yeah.
$1 to check it out.
I like that.
That's what Darcy just said. She did the 7 Strong thing for $1, and now she's paying $97 a month.
Is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, $97 a month for 7 Strong, monthly membership to Holly's thing.
I'm curious how that's going.
She put a lot of notes in the team page. She was speaking into the phone. I don't know if she was driving or something, but I think it's going well. I mean, she's doing a free thing Danielle and I were gonna maybe do next week, I think. I was trying to sign up last night and I was like, it wasn't working, so I need to do it again. But she's doing the same thing like Melanie did. So it's like 5 days where they focus on
Okay,
5 free things.
go to her 7 Strong and see how she markets it for free.
Okay, let me just say, I know this is not what we're here to talk about, but I just, I just love seeing your faces. So she posted the reel the other day of her like on the beach. No, of her working out a little heavier, like, after baby, her body was a little different. And then posted a picture of her on the beach with the kids, like really fit, really skinny, how she is now.
Yeah.
Literally like 100 people. She put BOGO as like the word. 100 people commenting BOGO to like sign up. I'm like, how the is that happening right now? I mean, we don't know if all those people signed up, but I was like freaking out the other day. I'm like, the video wasn't that interesting. I mean, yes, she was like a little heavier and she's a little skinnier now, but I'm like, what is going on?
Who was it?
This is Holly Hillier was on her.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So, and she posted back to 7 Strong because it's her company. But I was just like, what? All of those people are signing up to do the BOGO. This was like the other night, but right at the end of the BOGO, I was like, now you have to contact all those people and like start a conversation, like, or are all those like dummy accounts that she's just like filling her thing? I have no idea, but
Um,
it's me.
the
Well, I'm an
comments.
overthinker, so
I don't see the comments.
oh my god, there was like so many comments.
Well, no, is what she's doing is it they all get a link and then it goes to her thing and they fill out a form and then yeah, her assistant will probably send them a share card.
Yeah, it's this one here, like this one.
Probably does not do DMs. Yeah, I don't think I can see comments. I don't know if it got turned off or something. Is it just mine?
Oh no, it's, yeah, you have to open up the thing and then there's like, you have to open up the message, the thing, and there's just like, look at all these people. BOGO, BOGO, BOGO. She definitely has something attached to it, many chats or whatever. That's her husband. Her husband knows all that stuff. So he does all that side of things.
What she does is it's if you go type BOGO on it,
Yeah.
you'll get a link and then it'll sign you up for her emails and then you'll get an email and then you'll have a link to her pricing form and you fill out the pricing form. So yeah, I mean they all could fill out a pricing form and then that's how it's all automated. And then she probably has assistants sending share cards to those people. She does not do personal messages.
Gosh, that must be really nice.
Right? Did you
'Cause
see all the
it's
messages? I'm
so-
like, what the heck?
I would bet you though, even if it's 1,000 like people that comment BOGO, they don't know that it's 179. I mean, so it's like,
No, well, she never really talks about the real pricing of things if you watch her
oh,
story.
well, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, even Tasha, I mean, look at all of Tasha's comments. If you truly like, she
So many.
only hits Success Club 100. So that's only 50 people that sign up. And you think about how many people that follow her and comment on her stuff. So the conversion is a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of people are commenting BOGO, yes.
But is Tasha as a lot of repeat people, right? Or is she getting new people?
I'm sure it's a combination of both.
Yeah. And now she's doing the body confidence thing separately, right?
Yeah. But so yeah, so I think we have to be providing more value and free groups might be where it's at.
Mm-hmm. I mean, would you then assign everybody like a day of like content or something to split
I
it?
would post the content and we would all just show up and I would pick and choose probably people to do lives. That
Mhm.
way I don't have to worry if like something's getting missed or something doesn't get posted. I just want to make sure it's like ready to go and rock and roll. Everything's scheduled, and then you guys are posting in there every day your stuff too. If that makes sense.
Yeah, we were trying to post on each other's pages too, just like, create the engagement. Like they don't know that like we all know each other. So
Well, and I mean, it's still going to be inviting. So, it's, to me, it's like, man, like I'm going to be up in my invites because it's free. Um, it's, it's really going to be, I'm going to set a goal for myself every month to not just like, it's like, okay, I'm going to get 100 people into that group, which means I'd be curious to how many people actually convert to like pay, like to sign up for the challenge pack.
So you need to invite like 200 people. Where do you find 200 people?
It's probably more than that, to be honest.
So we're inviting like 400 people. Where do they come
Okay.
from?
Well, I'm gonna go invite all the people that commented on my recipe reels. It's getting creative with your content and getting engagement on your content. Yeah.
Yep, that's where we're still lacking over here.
Well, I mean,
Danielle's right up top, right up first.
I'm still trying to figure out what's working for content too. Do you guys does recipes do well for you?
I haven't honestly done a recipe. I just did like a quick, I had like all the food that I meal prepped the other night on the counter, and I did like a video of like the meat. I did meatloaves, vegetables, egg things, and I just did like a pan over them. But I mean, it's like 500 watches or whatever, but like no one's like, "Ooh, I need a recipe." So I don't know. I haven't done any other food ones. I was trying to figure out my planning now because I feel like I'm, all over the place. But so if I did like meal prep Mondays and then Tuesday was a point of view, Wednesday was this, Thursday was a quote, right? Then it would just like calm my brain a little bit. So I'm trying to figure that out. But then I'm like, I always have to meal prep something on the weekends. So I generally make the same food like you do, Jenna. So I'm like, I can't do meatloaves and vegetables every
Or chicken sausage and carrots?
Yeah, I can't show the same food. So I was like, I don't know if I want to commit to that. Oh my gosh. It's funny, but
What does well for you, Danielle? Or what are you noticing? Or do you still try to figure it out?
Still trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's a process. I'm trying to catch up to those arms, Danielle. And now in the second phase, we're gonna catch up to you for sure.
okay, so I'm looking at the calendar. It is the 1st. We could see, this is where it's like we need to give ourselves time and do it like on the 19th almost. And that way you guys could have between now and, I would say the cutoff to get somebody, depending on obviously like what type of free group we do, but like the cutoff should be the 16th if it's something that involves like prepping food. If it's like something else, obviously, like a mindset challenge, but and it has to be something that's going to be like, I need that.
And the body previews we go in, like we're going to do like connect energize to a link and we create it that way, correct?
No, you, oh, yes. So in the body, so when you go into the toolkit,
Yeah.
type in your coach ID, it's at the
Yeah.
very,
Okay. So we just need to like copy that and I save it in a note and then can
and then you
paste
give
it
that to
into.
me, so it ties to your coach ID, because when they sign in and they log in, they're going to say, Jessica Quinn is your coach. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I need to do that. I need to save that so I can do that.
So, I mean, we can get everyone else's opinions and thoughts on it too. I didn't want to like make a decision now, but I really believe free groups is where it's going to be at here. I would say it's where it's at right now.
Yeah.
People want to see what we have to offer before going and spending $200. Like, don't get me wrong, it works. If someone's been watching you for, you guys know, if someone watches you for a very long time and you're inviting them month over month, of course, they're going to feel confident that they've been watching you long enough. You're getting results. Like, they're like, okay, I need to do this. But what if from month one, they could be jumping in and trying it out, seeing what these workouts are about. We would just have to figure out what our free group is and what it contains. Is it just workouts? Is it just eating healthy? I personally like attaching the body preview app with it because it gets them to check it out and see what we like. They literally can see for themselves what this is about, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just toying around with the idea of what to do.
I have girls that are like trying to, like, one girl, she wants to get into my groups, but she only wants like meal stuff, only wants like meal planning, prepping, recipes. That's all she wants. There's actually two girls. There's one girl that bought the TSP just so she can like get recipes and stuff. So I don't know.
Does she want to see that more in your group? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
And you're like, oh, cool.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
that's what I
another
wanted to do.
girl. There's another girl that I like was trying to get her to buy the BOGO, but like all she wants is recipes. And so I don't know, the people that are commenting on like the recipe reels and stuff, like, I don't know. I feel like it'd be a good idea just to have, yeah, like nutrition based group and then have your workouts with it.
Like a free nutrition group.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I have like a 7-day, it's called the 7-day reset, and I have a full like, content for it. I'd have to go back through and look at it. But yeah, we could totally use that. And I don't know if you guys like the name 7-day reset, like nutrition reset.
I like the reset. But just,
I guess it's called a reset or a set, even if it's just because I do have the content for that. I mean, when you're talking your stories, you could call it a lot of things or like talk about it in many different ways too. So we can get a vote of the whole team.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I would love to like get something going so I can get it all going and scheduled, and then we could schedule or set up some like times where you guys each get to do something in the group. But
or even if it's like 2-week thing, you could do like 1 full week of just like meal planning, prepping, nutrition, everything, and then like
1 week, like sorry. So 2 weeks of marketing for it. And then,
okay.
Because I will say if you drag it out over the weekend, people are less likely to like continue it.
Yeah.
So we have had longer free groups and I just feel like they fizzle out. Like the excitement's on, the weekend comes, they don't care. They're gonna go eat what they want,
Yeah.
And then they come back and they're like, crap, I feel like crap. I don't want to continue this.
Yeah.
So I feel like that sweet spot is like stopping on Friday, like giving out like shout outs of like people who've seen 5, because again, they're drinking water, they're eating healthier, they're getting moving in, they're obviously going to see weight. They see success right away because, or they feel really confident and they feel really good about themselves because they're making healthy choices finally. So
yeah,
I would keep the group to a week, but again, like this is where it's like, maybe it's like every 3rd week of the month, we have a free group. So we are for 2 weeks getting people into this group. And then the 2 weeks left. So then even once the group kicks off, then it's boot camp, then you get back to like inviting so that all these people you added to your group are going to start hearing about your next boot camp. So it's like 2 weeks recruiting for a free group, 2 weeks recruiting to your boot camp.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it could work.
Yeah.
And then when you're talking about your boot camp, they're in this free group. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, there's a challenge. Oh, I need to be a part of this. I love this. I need to be a part of your community. But again, this is where it's like, how do we make a really freaking good free group where they're like, I have to buy from you guys? I think we just have to be supportive. We have to be, you know, just on top of it, be in there sharing.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh, we could like do prizes for like people who invite people to it. You know, invite your best friend and your sister to do it with you.
That could work. I mean, like you said, the more people, the better, because say it's
Oh,
people.
Another idea is I wonder if they have the body preview, if they have access. Well, maybe they don't have access to the bod groups.
Oh, the community
You
online.
do it at a bod group, but I don't know. I know Darcy's loving her bod group. Um, but I forget to go check into a bod group all the time. Because you have to log into the app every time to go log your like workout.
Yeah, I don't do any of that. I don't go on
If
there at all.
I have it on my phone, it'll just go right away because I'm already logged in. So I could do it that way. But and we were talking earlier about doing it body groups or doing Facebook. I mean, for now, I'm just going to stick with Facebook, I think. But I hear what she's saying with the
Yeah.
body groups because it makes you log. Like when I log in on my phone, it'll log. You know, you did dig deeper, date whatever, and it logs. It's keeping track, and then it'll send you the badges and like all that stuff too, because it's keeping track of, which is kind of fun to like receive those things. So
Yeah. Well, do you guys get, I like the weekly summaries they give you. I don't know if I get it every week, but I like when they send me, you worked out this day.
yeah,
So I don't know, some things to think about. I'll get the recording out and ask and see what everybody else thinks. Or maybe we just make the decision to go with it. Give it a try again. What are your guys' group starting on the 5th?
yeah, yeah. I was wondering about that. Can I just ask, like, I think, I don't know. I think all of us are starting on the 5th, but like, just as an example, like Allie Tessitore or whatever her name is, she's starting on the 12th. Like normally the blocks are like 3 weeks of time. So usually I feel like we as like a team have always done like the first 3 weeks of a month. And then the last week is kind of like your transitional month. And then you start a new program. So it seems like she's always kind of doing it the opposite way. So like the beginning week is prep. And then the last 3 weeks of the month are workout. And then, it kind of goes cyclical. So I'm just curious how we ended up like doing it in the beginning. Is
I
there a
don't,
reason?
unless she's doing a prep week, I don't do a prep week.
Yeah, I feel like I've been kind of talking about like a little bit of prep like this week to kind of get people set up. But I mean, I don't have like all these people coming to my door to like sign up. But and I think I don't know, Aaron, I think is starting next Monday too.
Okay. I am just starting. I always start the first Monday of the month. It usually just works
It
better.
just seems easier to like just start it, right?
10 minutes. I like running 4-week challenges, so that's why too. So that gives me 4 weeks in the month too.
Yeah. Okay. Just curious. It's interesting how we're all like selling the same thing, but we're doing it differently.
Well, but then again, I mean, technically I'm doing a 12-week program, so I could have said my challenge was 12 weeks long and the next one's not starting for 12 weeks. So
Yeah.
I think it's just like what I mean, Allie might be doing, like you said, like the body block, but she's not starting until the 12th. Like we all have, different programs that are different time lengths. So I run my groups where you can do whatever program,
Yeah.
doing dig deep or you're doing the body block. Like they're just 4 weeks and you roll over from challenge to challenge.
Right. Right. No, I like that.
And I like having a 4-week tracker. So, and it gives someone, it's a touch point for me. And I did this back when I did like monthly groups and I would close them every month because I wanted like, hey, the next group's starting. I don't have to kick people out.
Yeah.
You just don't join if you don't reorder. Like that's how I ran my groups back like when I first started my business.
So
Or
the Stronger You one will close, or you're gonna leave it open on Facebook?
no, it's on my stronger one's ongoing. It's not month to month. Or
Okay.
it's not closing.
'Cause some of the girls on my team are in that one, so that's why I'm like, I need
I
to.
would if you want to take them out, you totally can. I'm not
And I
closing.
guess I could kick them out, but I'm gonna try to get them to just, focus more on mine. It's fine. They were in yours and they were commenting and liking, so there's no reason they can't do it in mine.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's just a matter of like where is it and what's happening.
Well, they can't participate in my challenges, so because if I do I'm not doing giveaways this next month, so I mean, I guess they can participate. If I'm doing like um paid challenges, um, I I would be like, yeah, sorry, no.
Yeah.
um, okay. What is there anything else?
I don't think so.
Many chats
Yeah,
is
many chats is still a mystery
horrible.
to us.
What's that?
Many chats is horrible.
Okay. What do you need help with on it? I know Jen was frustrated too today.
Like literally, Jen and I keep getting, I don't know about you, Jess, but like getting stuck of just like setting it up.
Are you able to link your Instagram? Have you got that far?
I
Oh,
can't like link it. So it wants you to like sign up with your Instagram. Okay, but then you need to sign in with your Facebook to log into the Instagram. And then like you put in your Facebook account and it's just like not working. I don't know.
okay.
I don't understand.
Is your what was that me? Is your Facebook account linked to your Instagram?
Yeah. I mean, when I post a reel or a posting on Instagram, it automatically goes to Facebook.
So they are linked. You could Google it and see if there's like a common error. Because if you're both getting like the same thing, I would just Google and say like, why can't my mini chats connect to my Instagram? And I would
Right.
look at some common like steps that need to be taken to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that and it said that I need to be an admin for my Facebook. So I'm like trying to become an admin for my Facebook and it was a loop.
And if you still can't get that, I mean, if there's a day where we could meet up in person, like I'm happy to walk you guys through, or try to help if I can.
Yeah, it was, yeah, 'cause I've been posting some recipe reels and yeah, it would be nice just to like send people stuff like automatically. But
Are you having the same issue, Jessica, or have you tried?
I honestly have not had time to try many chats. I'm still working. I was really focusing on getting the Facebook page like going and getting the content going. And
Going. I'm gonna hold you to that.
no, it's going. I should invite you, but I'm like scared and embarrassed if you're gonna like critique it. But
I would probably laugh at my first. Um,
wait,
are
what?
are all of you running your own groups too? Is that what's happening? I
I
mean,
think
don't
so.
I mean again, I know you guys all have groups right now, so stick with it. But like don't be afraid to pair up, especially a lot of you who are working full time. Ashley, Drew, and I ran amazing groups together and we tag teamed everything. And we were just like month to month, like we bounced ideas off of each other. It was fun. Like we both had that engagement because not only was I trying to bring people in, but so was she. So like we were both bringing people in. Um, so I mean, something to think about down the road, obviously.
Yeah, we keep talking to each other and like bouncing ideas, and we all invited.
Too many people into a group, it's too many too many cooks in the kitchen, you know? So it's
Yeah.
kind of nice to like even just keep like Darcy and Brandy right now, like they're loving
Yeah.
running groups together, you know?
Yeah.
And when you find one person to, it's just nice, especially when you work full time, like, you know, like Ashley is central time. So she would take like comments in the morning and then I would take on comments in the afternoon. And we just kind of like, you know, we had this flow. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
but
Well,
we're going to have a flow for this free group. I am so
yeah.
like all this work that we have to put into it, but I'm just thinking if it would bring me like Success Club 50 every month, I'd be happy and it's worth it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's probably worth a try for February. Like, let's see what happens.
That's what I say too. It's early in the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Test
let's
it
play with
out.
it.
I
Test out the content.
also
Test
it
out the.
doesn't. So the other thing you have to remember is it doesn't replace like it's hard because it's like I know a lot of you are working. Well, I mean I've got a lot of the girls working towards diamond still, and so like recruiting to a free group right now is like probably not the idealist if you want to get your diamond.
Mhm.
Um, speaking to you two, like you do have 1 week left, so you know it's not as crucial. You know, like you guys know, like you kind of got to be inviting right now to like hit diamond, but I don't know. That's what's hard.
Yeah.
But there's never going to be a good time, right?
Just like with working out, there's never going to be a good time. Just got to go for it.
So do you think we should give it a try?
I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, maybe this.
I can come up with some invites of like new follows of how to invite to it. Again, this is where it's thank you so much for the follow. You know, like I love helping women X, Y, and Z. And I am saying like I'd love to, I run monthly groups. I'd love to offer you, you know, I'm so glad you're here. I'd love to offer you a free sneak peek into my app of workouts, nutrition, um, or again, I know some people don't even want to be a part of a group. Like maybe they just want to check out the app. So we'll have to play around with some ideas of like some different invites of what's working and what's, you know, but I think more than anything, it's just coming off as like genuinely like, like, do you guys listen to Bob Heilig a lot?
To who?
Bob Heilig.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love Bob. I just think he's been like, he's always has such good, it used to be the podcast I listen to all the time, but he's like, how, if you could turn your page and do, how can I serve you? Like, not what am I going to sell you? What challenge pack am I going to get you? Like, how can I help you? You know, like genuinely, like, oh, you struggle with finding recipes? Let me share recipes with you. Oh, you have a hard time getting up in the morning? Oh, let me show you my morning routine. Oh, you have a hard time with working out from home. You don't know what to use, how to use it. Oh, look, I have a free app for you. Like, how can I serve you? How can I help you? Like, when you have that thought process, it's just, you're going to have more sales, you know, because people are going to genuinely feel that, like, sincere, like, I want to help you. So,
Mhm.
instead of like, I mean, again, I still think we need to invite people need to know we have challenges. People need to know we have services. Like, again, we do run groups, we do get paid like that. It is our job. Like, we're not doing this for free. But, you know, how can we provide them a preview into what we have to offer before we offer them what we have to offer, if that makes sense. Just like what
Yeah.
Melanie does. So it's the freemium. So I have a pipeline now of like all my freemium stuff and collecting emails. And then they're all going to get an email into my 7-day free group. And then once that kicks off, it's going to be about my, you know, come join me for my challenge group.
Hmm.
And I'm going to get you guys to start using emails.
Yeah, I need to work on that
That's the
myself.
pipeline. I'm not going to throw that at you yet.
I need to
But
work on that.
this free group, you guys are going to get emails and we're going to use Streak together.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you how to use Streak through this 7-day group. And what would be nice is if you know, not only are we using the group, but we're emailing these people too. So that they're getting it in 2 different places. Because think about how many groups you join and you miss the information, but you're getting an email. I'm pretty sure you guys check your emails, right?
I get your email like every day or whenever you send it, so I love it.
But
Like, oh my God, this is such good, good words.
oh, well, thank you. Sometimes I'm like, they don't work as well as they look. I would say I rarely get someone that signs up on an email, but they work. They do because I do get, you know, once in a while. Like I just signed up a girl with the BOGO sale yesterday.
Oh, that's good.
So because I sent out, I think a BOGO reminder finally.
I know. I think a lot of people were waiting until the last minute, like because I got paid and I got this
Did
and
it,
that.
did the BOGO sale get extended to today or something too?
I honestly need to check with the girl that she signed up this morning. When I text you guys at like 7 in the morning, I think she got the BOGO.
Because Allie, I'm on Allie's emails, and I think she just emailed out, or maybe she's, I don't know. I'm like, don't tell me they extended the BOGO.
No, well, did you see Erin Bird's her message in the Diamond Chat last night?
Like it wasn't working.
No, no, no. She got a message that it was like, haha, it's gonna continue through the night into the morning. Like, keep signing people up. Like
Yeah,
she got a
I,
message from someone from corporate or whatever.
Yeah, the BOGO won't expire right at the stroke of midnight,
Right.
but will come down sometime in the AM.
And like Shannon, the
Yeah.
girl that Darcy's teaming up with, is this morning, she gets up the same time I do. She has 4 kids too. She's up at like 5 in the morning to do her workout. And she's like, if you sign up right now, you can still get the BOGO because of like the time difference. Because you guys, because she's like, message me right now. So I need to see if my girl even got it because it's like in the fine print. We don't even know, right? On our side, is there a way for us to know?
if you go, oh yeah, no, because we don't see it on our side. Yeah.
Right. That's so I need to see when she like checked out if it was in the fine print or whatever. So, but yeah, I think it's gone now, but who knows now?
Look at it tomorrow. Extended.
I know. I know the $40 is nice, but I guess like you said, it's
I think I'm gonna only offer my 20 now.
yeah, it's probably a good idea. I feel like some of the people I talked to were like, I know there's a $40, like because they are familiar with the site or they saw an ad or something. So
There's been ads on TV. Josh and I have been watching those ads. And Josh
yeah.
is like, hasn't the sale been going all month? Because it said just for this, just for this week. It was like Monday when we watched it. He's like, hasn't it been going all month?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. It's been going on forever.
yeah. January was a long month. It felt like it's like not ending.
Now we're into it. Now we know it's Darcy's birthday and then Jenna's birthday.
Yep.
I'm not 40.
I'm
Sorry.
probably gonna be the oldest one on our trip. That's so sad.
How old are you?
I'm gonna be 44 this year.
Really? You don't seem 44 though.
Yeah, you don't.
That's good because this year's gonna suck with all my other stuff going on, which I know is not why we're here, so I won't complain, but it's gonna be a rough year. I'm gonna be ready to party.
I need to figure out my outfits. You guys are all figuring out your outfits.
I
Yeah.
know. I need to get on that too because it's like a really short trip, but it's gonna be amazing. So we definitely need to make it count and take lots of pictures. Bright colors, Danielle. Bright colors.
Yes.
Lots of individual pictures too.
I know. Usually
Yes.
on the beach, we're like in our black, and there's Jenna in her bright blue shorts. She was like the cutest little thing running through the beach, and we're all like, oh, we were not dressed appropriately because it was our first time trying to do all these pictures. So bright colors, Danielle. Take my
Okay.
word.
Think about,
Bright colors.
think about themes. Like, I don't know if you have like a color scheme on your Instagram that you.
Mhm.
Blues.
Yeah,
Always
you're
blue for
blue.
me. Definitely blue. So yeah, I don't know. We need to figure out what we're doing for the different things, the hikes and all that. I know we're so